So today we are going to be fixing, or should I say maintaining, doing maintenance work on this Samsung refrigerator. Here is the model number. Now so what's going on with this refrigerator? So right now at the moment it's unplugged, as you can see. I just unplugged it from the back and removed these shelves, trays if you will, including this bottom portion. So my wife, she decided to just clean the whole thing thoroughly. So I can actually, when I'm putting these back, I can show you how to remove them, all these shelves on doors. These actually, we don't remove these. These are a little tricky, so we just left them in. They weren't all that dirty. So this side hasn't been removed. However, another issue that's going on right now is this tray here, the ice maker tray. This is stuck, and I believe this is frozen. So it might have frozen up on us. So, and you don't want to use too much force or use a hair dryer or heater or any of those things, because this is mostly plastic, rubber seals here on the sides, and you don't want to melt them or deform by applying any hot air or steam. So we're not going to touch it for the time being. We're going to first clean this up. I'm going to remove this tray here, and then we're going to plug it back in without putting anything yet. Use a defrost mode to try to melt this ice here, as well as including ice that's built up here behind. So alrighty guys, so in order to remove this tray here in the middle, obviously you're gonna have to take out these drawers here, and then if we come here, hope you guys can see this piece right here. If you press it, it goes in, right? So I'm gonna press this side on this by using flathead screwdriver, and then there's another one right over here. So one on each side basically, and they have to be pressed simultaneously together in order to release this tension on this tray. So, and keep in mind the glass is still here, so you don't want to try to pick this kind of tabs up while it's still in place like this, because these tabs, they will break. What we're gonna have to do in order to remove this glass so we can get like a dirt and all the gunk out of here, we're gonna have to take this glass. But before we can take that, we're gonna have to remove this. There you go. And that's how we remove this piece. So now that the tray is out, as you can see, there's some dirt. I'm gonna use a vacuum cleaner and clean all this, the dirt out, remove the glass from that tray, and then continue cleaning on this refrigerator before we can actually finally start doing the defrosting. But for the time being, let's go ahead and vacuum this up and then continue cleaning. Alright guys, so now we're gonna try to remove this glass portion. So as you can see, I flipped it upside down, so that's how it normally stays inside the refrigerator. And so we're gonna try to get these pieces out underneath this glass. So for that, we're gonna try to remove these clips, if you will. But the thing is, you don't want to snap it from the top, because then you're going to end up breaking it. So what we're going to do is we're going to flip it upside down, and just for safety and also not to cause any damage, I did put this towel folded as a kind of like to give me a little bit of clearance. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove these pieces from the inside. pressing it, and there you go. So that's how it looks. As you can see from both sides, it's got that tabs kind of tongues sticking out here. So if it was from the top, if you would try to lift this up, you would end up breaking these tabs, and then you would have to get either this separate piece. I don't know if they actually sell them. I guess they do, because it does have part number, which is I believe it's D as in Delta, S as in Sierra, and if I'm not mistaken, this is number 8, or B as in Bravo -1. Anyway, so this one is out. Let's get the other side as well. There you go. Yeah, didn't break it, so I had to make sure. Yeah, so two different. Yeah, so one is 8-1, one is 8-2. So I believe the sides do matter, although I don't know what's the difference. Let's see. Maybe one side is a little slightly thicker, although they don't look like it. Anyway, yeah, that's how I remove it. Alright, now we're gonna flip it back to normal position. Make sure you hold the glass, because now there's nothing that's holding its place, so it may just come off. But let's see. There you go. And notice here it's kind of tucked in, right? So you don't want to just lift it straight up, because you may end up actually breaking the edges. So you want to slide it out. Lift this side up and then slide it out. And there you have it. So here's the glass piece, and here's the tray itself. So we're going to clean these edges and then clean the glass, and we're going to put everything right back in there. Alright guys, so as good as new. So we just cleaned this tray. Now we're going to put this glass back in there. So like I said, these edges go first, because you kind of slide it in and then let it sit from this side. Now we're gonna put these clips back in there, in their places. So to put these back, you just kind of line them up and press one side, and just, there you go, snap it right back in there. And do the same thing with this. Don't press it too hard, or if it's not going, and then take it out, realign it, because these are plastic pieces, and once they break, there's no turning back. You're gonna have to replace them. There you go. And good to go. Alright, we're gonna put this big piece back in here. There you go. It just snaps right back in there, right? The same tabs that we talked about earlier. Once you align it, it'll just snap right back in there. So now we're gonna put the drawers back in here. Alright guys, so we put everything back together. This middle portion is back in place. As you can see, everything works fine. This is back in place, and the shelves, we put everything back in place. Shelves, they come out easily. All you gotta do is just kind of, hit it from the bottom, and then they'll just slide off like this. And then when you put it in the back, you just kind of push it down a little bit. Once you set them in place, you just kind of press them down, and they'll just sit straight. But yeah, I mean, and these things you can, whether if you want to fold it to the side, you can do that. You can fold the top. This one also lifts up, and this one you can just kind of push it in. So all that good stuff. What else? In the pantry here, you just kind of, to take it out, you just kind of lift it and then bring it up, kind of lift it all the way up and then pull it out. As you lifting it up, it'll come out, and then putting it back will be the exact opposite. You just kind of set it all the way up and then start slowly pushing it back in, and then it should just slide right back in there in its place. There you go. That is all there's to it for this portion of the video. So if you like it, please give it a thumbs up.